All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to DuePoint. Welcome to everyone tuned into our live stream. We've got Anna with us this evening on the live stream, so feel free to introduce yourselves. We're always interested where people are live streaming in from. You, my lovely live studio audience, welcome to you guys. Good evening. I've got a bit of a cold, so I sound a little hoarse. So no kissing and hugging after the presentation. So my name's Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending about 35 minutes with you as we go through what we call our DuePoint intro presentation, but it's very much a business proposition. It is an invitation into partnership with us here at DuePoint. So if you have any questions, reserve them in your mind and speak to the person that's hosting you this evening. I'm sure they can help you out, but you're very welcome to pose any questions on the online stream, or you can come chat to me afterwards. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, we're a division of a company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. So we are a registered insurance company. We've been in operation since 1952, so we are a very well-established business. I'll touch on Constantia a little later in the presentation. A couple of factors that came together for founders of the business, because DuePoint was only formed close to now 4 years ago. We opened our doors to the public. Was that we wanted to create a business that allowed people to create social impact for themselves. So we wanted to create a business that created true empowerment, right? Empowerment that you could embrace, that you could use to leverage your own life. And that kind of form of social impact that we wanted to achieve was one of financial impact. So you should be nodding your head now and going, yes, that's why I'm here. Financial impact. I want financial impact on my bank account, please, especially over January. And so that's what we hope to serve with this business. And we've done it for many, many hundreds, if not thousands of people already over the last 4 years. And so what we did 4 years ago was we created a business very much focused around what we call social entrepreneurship, because we literally open our doors to community in this business. We don't turn anyone away. Anyone can join DuePoint. Anyone can have great effect with this business on their lives. And I hope that you're able to see that in this business by the end of the presentation. And so I hope that this invitation to partnership, you're able to answer that invitation, whether it be yes or no, but I hope you come to a decision. And so you might be wondering, well, what is our mandate? This is probably the first question you asked the person that said, come look at this business. You said, well, what are they doing? What are we doing at this business? What are they selling? What boxes I'm going to be putting in my boot if I get involved in this business? So your only mandate in this business is just to connect other people. So that's all we ask you to do, to use your own mouth and to use word-of-mouth marketing and to go out and tell people that there is opportunity in South Africa. And together, we hope that we're able to create a solution in our country, or be at least part of the solution. And so all you have to do is go out and connect people, the same way you are connected to people. And if you are successful in connecting people to DuePoint, then you get to create a channel of distribution for yourself. This is a stake that you form for yourself in an insurance company. Who ever thought they'd be shareholders in an insurance company? Me neither. But here we are, right? And so there are many wonderful benefits in being able to create a stake for yourself here at DuePoint. We're going to go through those. So we often refer to our business as a wealth creation business. And if you're able to create this channel of distribution for yourself, I'll show you what one looks like shortly, then you get to share in these benefits. Number one, you get to create additional income for yourself. That's why you're here this evening. That's why you tuned in live, because you are interested in creating some income. But the nature of the income is very important to be able to discern from other businesses, because we have the wonderful opportunity here at DuePoint to share in creating recurring income. So as an insurance company, we create true recurring income. Some people refer to it as passive income or annuity income. My father really explained it in layman terms to me once, and he said it's the ability to make money while you're sleeping. How can you make money while you're sleeping? Well, there is a way to make money when you're not active. That's what he meant. He meant that you don't have to be constantly active in generating income. You can actually get involved in some businesses that create assets, and those assets create annuity income for you, and you get to share in that benefit here at DuePoint. You also have the power duplication at your hands. You have the opportunity to go out and build a team around you. That team can help you build your channel of distribution. And so your channel can grow much faster than you can grow it on your own. And therefore your income can also grow a lot faster than what you might be used to, which is not very hard to achieve, because what are we used to? 3% increase a year? at the moment? Who got more than a 3% increase? Actually, the year ends are coming up. You're all hoping for an increase, right? In March, April, that's when the year ends happen. I don't know if it'll happen. But here at DuePoint, you get to actually enjoy exponential growth in your income. I'll show you some wealth engineers that are actually doing that. And then we've invested heavily in technology here at DuePoint, which means building a channel of distribution has become so much simpler and easier and faster. And you can do it from any corner of our country. You just need an internet connection, whether you're in an urban area or a rural area. It doesn't matter what little town you're in. If you've got some internet, you can build a channel of distribution successfully, right? And I'll show you someone who's done that too. And then our business, even though very much about wealth creation, at the same time wealth protection. So anything that you build, you want to protect, right? And so you'll see that reflected in our products, which I'll introduce you to shortly, and then in our legal access service, which is a free service to all our active wealth engineers, which means you get access to a lawyer 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Our business has been purposely designed to be low risk, right? I bet when that person came to you and said, I've got an opportunity for you, you suddenly thought, what is the catch? What do I have to risk to get involved in this business? There's very, very little risk involved in our business, almost none. The only thing you might be risking is your time in this business, right? Which speaks volumes for our business because, I've been involved in entrepreneurship for a very long time. I understand that typically if you get involved in business, you must be prepared to invest a lot of money and time just to try get your business to be successful. But here at DuePoint, because we want to create social impact with the greater community in South Africa, we've designed the business to have very little risk. And so you're free to try doing DuePoint. Even though today you might not know what you're doing or how to build a channel, you're still at liberty to try, to sign up, to get involved, to make a commitment, to spend a couple of hours a week doing this DuePoint business because there should be no fear in your heart because there's nothing to lose, right? And so at the same time, we don't have qualifications or experience requirements, which is the antithesis of employment. They want to know all your experience, all your education. Yeah, we don't ask for any of that. And then you get to, most importantly, build an asset, and most importantly, that you have ownership over. And so you get to really enjoy the upside of the effort that you put into business, right? In our day jobs, we don't get to enjoy that upside. You don't. Right? I worked for a couple of corporates in my early days. I never got an extra bit of income if I worked hard in any month, right? It was usually an annual review if you were lucky, where the boss would go, okay, we're going to give you a promotion or we're going to give you a raise. But that doesn't happen too often in our current economy. Here you've got a direct effect on the results that you get out of this business, right? That's what entrepreneurship is about, is that you get to have accountability over your results. And so if you want more, put in more effort. And you get to see that result on a monthly basis. And at the same time, you're building something, an asset that you have ownership over. Your channel of distribution, you have legal tender over it. It means you can sell it. You can sell your business, right? If it's generating 5,000 Rand a month or 10,000 Rand a month or 100,000 Rand a month, it has got a lot of intrinsic value because it's creating annuity income. And then you get to sleep at night knowing that your channel of distribution can never retrench you. Who can say they'll never get retrenched? I read a frightening article years ago, I think it was like 10, 15 years ago. They reckoned on average a South African get retrenched 7 times in a lifetime. I thought, no, that can't be right. But I wonder if some people have experienced that, right? Now it doesn't seem so far-fetched. But here at DuePoint, we'll never retrench you. And you'll never stop earning once you hit retirement, right? South Africans can't afford to retire today. They can't. That percentage used to grow. I remember when we first started this intro presentation, the statistics that we got said about 95% of South Africans can't afford retirement. So when they got to retirement, they weren't financially independent, which meant they had to go look for jobs again at the age of 65, or they'd become dependent on family to support them, which is a tradition amongst most people in South Africa, but also to become a burden to your children in an economy where we can't afford to suddenly start supporting more people. And now you've got youngsters living with their parents even longer, right? I've got 2 young kids, and I'm thinking, my retirement planning, okay. Retirement planning, this is how much money I think I need when I retire. And then I thought to myself the other day, but what happens if both my kids are still staying with me when I retire? That's in 20 years' time. So they're going to be in their mid-20s, close to their 30s. What happens if I still have to support them? That changes my retirement planning altogether. Now I've got to worry and stress about having to support them, maybe even supporting my parents at that stage, right? And this economic climate has changed completely for retirement planning, and it's failed a lot of South Africans. Even South Africans that thought they had done enough for their retirement planning are now realizing, because of failed investments, because of inflation in our country, those investments have failed them. Here at DuePoint, we don't stop paying you at 65. Right? You can carry on earning at DuePoint through your 60s, your 70s, and even the day you die, you get to pass that channel of distribution that you've built over who knows how many years. You get to pass that on to your children, knowing that that effort you put in is not just for yourself, but the legacy that you created in that process, you get to pass that on to your children or your grandchildren. They will really love you for that. Right? I spoke to a friend whose father passed away 3-4 years ago. He's only wound up his father's estate today. His father had property in all kinds of places. He didn't know what was going on, right? I fear the same thing. My father's now 73, had a heart attack when he was 37. You never know when he's going to go, right? Because of his heart. So you just don't know. And whether his orders are in. And I don't know whether I'm going to suddenly be burdened with debt when he passes away or not, right? And so we've got all these things that we worry about. But I think if you spent a lifetime building this channel here at DuePoint, you know that the day you die, you get to pass real wealth onto whoever your beneficiaries are, right? Instead of just a funeral plan. I don't think my dad's even got a funeral plan, right? And so that's cost I've got to incur, right? We want you to go beyond the funeral plan. Go beyond it. Create real wealth for your family. Change generational wealth in your generation. Be that person that does that. And then finally, we've got no selling involved here at DuePoint. So we don't ask you to sell anything. We actually exclude that from your mandate explicitly in your contract with us in our terms and conditions. And that's wonderful. Who wants to sell insurance products or investments? None of you. Me neither. But I'm here to sell those products for you. And so your only mandate is to connect people to the opportunity. And that's the greatest kind of thing that South Africans are looking for at the moment is opportunity, right? And you get to share that, go to people. They might not trust you at first, right? But if you're able to show them the business and say, this is the business I'm showing you, look at them, just take a glance and then come sit down for 30 minutes. I'm not trying to convince you to join, just come look at the business. And that's all you have to do. And if you're successful in doing that, statistically people will join because the necessity exists for almost all of us in South Africa. Right? And so you get to create this channel of distribution. But it begins with you. You first have to make the commitment to, number one, becoming a wealth engineer, joining DuePoint, becoming a product owner, and then going out and connecting people, speaking to people all the time. And so in this little example, we've got 5 people that have joined because of your efforts. Just 5. And look how that organic growth takes place. Because the 5 people you connected to DuePoint are going to go out and tell other people. They joined for the same reason you joined, right? They also want to build their own individual channels, but what they happen to be doing is helping you build your channel over time. And so this is what this asset that pays you a DuePoint return every single month looks like. Every little dot represents a product owner. And this will carry on growing and carry on growing. It never retrenches you. It'll never retire you. It creates wealth for you on a sustainable basis. You can take a whole year off. DuePoint will carry on paying you every single month. Why? Why will we pay you when you're not doing anything at DuePoint? Because we pay you for what you built, not your activity. We pay you for the asset that you created. This almost affords you a royalty every single month. You really get to partake in business here at DuePoint. And so how do we pay our wealth engineers? A very simple table that kind of explains our remuneration structure. It's based on this 27 Rand 50 fee for every product that you have in your qualified channel. So anyone you introduce personally to DuePoint will allow you to earn 55 Rand for every product every month in your qualified channel. So this week, if you went out and connected 10 people, right, on your first point, that means you'll be earning 550 Rand a month. Extrapolated as annuity income, that's 6,000 Rand a year you've just made for yourself. Who would like an extra 6,000 Rand this month? Oh, January's a fun month, isn't it? It's a doozy. And if you go out and those people start helping you and start connecting other people on your second point, Let's say you had 100 people on your first and second point together. That's 5,500 rand a month that you'd be earning. Now we're talking about 60,000 rand a year. Right? And so on and so forth. Those people on your second point go out and connect people on the third point. The third pointers go out and connect people on the fourth point, and so on. And there you see, the further the product gets away from you, then multiplier starts reducing, all the way out to 0.8. But we don't limit you at 0.8. That's why the little plus sign next to the 0.8. So there's no limitation in the size of your channel at DuePoint. There's no limitation to how much money you can earn at DuePoint. Again, real entrepreneurship has no limits. Right? In the system, in the economy, at your day job, there's a limit. Everything based on who you are, just your demeanor, the first impression you give people, your education and your experience will determine this little slot you have in life. How much money you can earn, how you're going to enjoy life, any of the luxuries that you will have or can't have. That's all predetermined. In entrepreneurship, we take those limitations away. We smash that box. We can say you can have as much as you want, but you have to go after it, right? And so in the short term or the long term, this will give you an idea of how much money you can earn in due course at DuePoint. This example we're looking at spans over 60 months, and it is based on someone's activity of being able to connect 2 people a month. So 2 people a month onto their first point. That's all they're doing here. And with some growth, some duplication, and we take into consideration the negative aspects of business. There are always negative aspects. People don't pay. Some people cancel. Some people don't do anything. They don't build. And yet we can still get to these figures. After 6 months, you could be earning around 2,500 rand a month. After 12 months, you'll be close to 10,000 rand a month. Right? You see how quickly that grew? 24 months, you'll be close to 30,000 a month. In 2 years' time, December 2021, you could be earning 30,000 a month in your side business. Year 3, after 36 months, you could be close to 50,000 rand a month. After 4 years, you're going to be close to about 70,000 rand a month. And then after 5 years, close to about 85,000 rand a month, which is R1 million in annuity income. And we've got some wealth engineers on this path. We've got some building faster than this. We've got wealth engineers building slower. We've got thousands of people joining the business every single month. But it's up to you what you want out of this business, right? And so that is an academic example, and so it's very important to show you real people doing our business so that you can see. We've all got a little bit of voyeur in us. We want to see how other people doing it, what they're doing, how much are they earning. Let's take a look at a couple of wealth engineers. So we've got Peter and Rena Kluti. They were in the business from day one. So February 2016, Peter joined us. He started putting in the effort. Rena wasn't interested. They're both involved in property sales. And Peter was able to build a bit of a channel and was earning a couple of thousand rand a month. And he did that for, I don't know, about 5-6 months, and he disappeared for almost 2 years. We didn't see him. We paid him every single month. Every single month he still earned out of this business. And they even went on a luxury cruise to rub it in our faces. Don't worry, don't get offended. But then at the beginning of last year, they both got involved. Both got involved into the business, and their income quadrupled in the space of 9 months. It went from 2,000 to 8,000 in 9 months. Imagine giving yourself a 400% increase. Why? They have control over it, right? You go speak to Peter now. You can go watch their video. We interviewed them. They told us the whole story, but you can speak to Peter. He's here all the time. He'll tell you he regrets not carrying on. He regrets it because his peers are already earning 3 times what he's earning. His friends that got involved in the business at the same time as him, they carried on, he stopped. But he'll get there. He'll get there. Look at the personal work he's put in. He's put in 33 people. He's got 33 people on his first point. Those 33 helped him find another 300. He didn't find the 300. He only found the 30. That's leverage. That's the leverage we afford you. That's why I say, go find a good team around you. That team will make life much easier for you if they build with you, if you're able to collaborate nicely with them. Here's Philip Fourie. Yeah, this gentleman was living on an equestrian farm outside of George, on a farm. And you can't sign up horses here at DuePoint, only sign up people. And so he had to do everything online. He did everything online, Facebook and WhatsApp, to the extent where his earnings in November were over 20,000, and he built that in the space of 9 months. 9 months! He's at like the 18-month mark, right? He's closing in on the 2-year mark with that slow and steady. You can do it as fast as you want. He put in 100 people on his first point. Those 100 people went out and found 500 more. Again, beautiful demonstration of leverage. And so we've got thousands of people joining every single month. And I remind you again, you're at liberty to take what you want from DuePoint. The system is identical for everybody. It's identical for everybody. It doesn't matter whether you're 18 or 68. It doesn't matter whether you're in a rural area, on a farm, or in the middle of Joburg. The opportunity is the same for every single person here. And you would be reminded that you can connect anyone to this business. Anyone to this business, and tell them you can do it. Come see what they have on offer. On top of the returns program, we've got a rewards program. So this is very exciting because we've just come back from Mauritius. That was part of our rewards program. Rewards program takes on the form of many rewards that you get when your channel size reaches certain milestones. We call them ranks. And they come in the form of checks and cars and holidays and tools, all kinds of things. All right? At rank 5, we give you a business toolkit made up of DuePoint merchandise so that you look professional. You can invest in that from day one. You don't have to wait to get to rank 5. At rank 7, we get you very special business cards that cost us 17,000 Rand for one set of business cards. At rank 9, you get a wonderful invitation addressed to you and your family to go on a rank 9 international conference with DuePoint. We pay for everything. We fly only business class. We only stay at 5-star luxury resorts. And you get to experience a week with your family of what it feels like to live like a millionaire. Not a Rand millionaire. Not a Zim millionaire. A dollar millionaire. Right? Truly. You truly get to experience that. Right? It's ostentatious. It's luxurious. But it opens up your mind to the world of possibilities. You think, where am I? DuePoint is trying to get you in the space permanently. Not for 1 week a year. Permanently. That's the road you're on. That's the journey we want to take you on. That's the impact that we want to have with South African families. Right? So take a look. We have compiled highlights of the last 3 trips. They've all been to Mauritius. Mauritius is a wonderful destination. Thanks, Paul. And know that you could be joining us in December this year. You've got 11 months. It's enough time. It's an idea. How does that look? Supposed to make you jealous. You don't have to get jealous. At work, I used to get jealous because the executives only used to get incentives like this. The rest of the staff got your salary and that was it. Right? Here at DuePoint, anyone is free to get there. The record's 5 months. So you've got 11 months till our next trip. If you don't make it this year, you've got next year. You can carry on building. If your channel keeps growing little bit by little bit by little bit, you'll enjoy every reward that we've gone through, right? As your income increases. And then we have rank 11, 2 ranks later. So we spend R250,000 buying you a brand new car. We buy you a brand new car for R250,000. You get to take that car home. It's paid off because we've paid for it in cash. There's no T's and C's. It's your car. There's no DuePoint stickers. There's no debit order at the end of the month. Right? And so we're in a very special period because we've got 2 brand new rank 11s that are getting their car on Saturday. So on Saturday, we get to hand over another car at DuePoint to our latest rank 11s. And they're in there. I'm always a bit nervous about predicting people's ages. So they're in their early 90s. What? I'm not 90, I'm 50. They're in their early 70s. Early 70s. And they'd rank 11. Anyone can do this business, right? And so we invite you to come join us on Saturday. Come for the intro and the training. And then after the training, we've got this handover with lots of fanfare where we get to see real wealth being created in the hands of South Africans. We get to impact people's lives. And they have a wonderful story, Lynette and Frikkie. So come join us on Saturday for that. And then our products. Our products are very much the backbone of our business because they really emphasize what we're trying to achieve at DuePoint. And that is inclusive wealth for everyone without discrimination. True opportunity empowerment for everybody, right? And so our products speak to that because they've been designed without any discrimination in mind. Typically, when you look at insurance products, there's a lot of discrimination built into them. We call it risk profiling, right? We've removed that. And so Access Wealth is our first product. It's going to cost you R324 a month. It is an investment and an insurance product rolled into one. R100 gets invested into your tax-free investment fund every single month, and the insurance portion is R120,000 worth of personal accident death cover that you get with this investment. The second product is Wealth Guard. Wealth Guard is going to cost you only R249. You get R1 million worth of personal accident death cover. So this is insurance only, no investment, just the insurance portion. As long as you're over the age of 18, the price does not go up with your age, right? That's why I say I don't think my father's got funeral cover because he's 73, right? No insurance company is going to insure him. Heart condition, heart attack when he was younger, you're going to die soon. We're not touching you, right? That's typically how it works. But we've removed that from DuePoint. Then we've got Family Wealth, our funeral cover product for R299 a month. You get R20,000 worth of funeral cover. You can cover up to 5 family members. You can increase the cover to R30,000 as well as up to 10 family members. The principal member also gets R10,000 worth of debt protection, and there you can see no excluded pre-existing conditions. It doesn't matter what your health status is. We don't ask about your health on any of our products. Doesn't matter to us, right? This does, however, have an age limit of 70. So you've got to get it in under the age of 70. But once you're covered, so let's say you join at 69, we will cover you for as long as you live, right? It becomes a whole of life product. Then we have Legal Guard. Legal Guard is a legal indemnity product. It's there to protect you against any legal action or any legal trouble that you find yourself in, as well as it's got some services that help you with legal contracts. And so you get R250,000 worth of legal indemnity per matter that you might be facing. Right? So there's no limit there. You can add a family member for only R25 a month. And then you can see the list of services that you get, a lawyer at your disposal, to the extent where they'll even come with you to CCMA matters. If your boss says you're lying, you don't earn R10,000 a month in your side business, you're just trying to get me into a scam. And then he wants to fire you, and then you take him to the CCMA. And then finally, we have Wealth Points. Wealth Points aims to reduce your monthly expenditure. For R299 a month, you get to enjoy in all the services and discounts that we've negotiated with the list of product vendors, the businesses that you see there. If you look at that list, I bet you spend money with at least a couple of them already. So if you're a Wealth Points member, you get to enjoy the discounts and the services that we've negotiated with them, in the hope that you'll reduce your monthly expenditure, right? In the aim of getting you to become debt-free quicker, wealthier sooner. So go watch all the training videos, not really training videos, they're review videos, in-depth review videos on the products, so that you have a greater sense of appreciation for what the products are. And those are available in our app as well as on our YouTube channel. The Achiever Quest is a wonderful incentive that everyone has opportunity to try conquering. It is a monthly incentive. This is not really where wealth is created, because this is not sustainable, but it is available for every single wealth engineer. So it's an incentive that happens monthly. You've got to connect 10 or more people in a single month who pay successfully in the same month. If you connect 10 people, we'll give you 5,000 Rand on top of your DuePoint return. If you're able to connect 20 or 30, there's 10,000 and 15,000 Rand respectively available every single month. If you want to go out and connect 10 people a month, you're going to get rich in this business very quickly. Right? So that's available for everyone. Zenobia's father's like the record holder. Her father is making the 3 daughters look slow and bad. Zenobia, right? He's conquered this thing. I think it's his 4th time that he's done it. We only launched it in the middle of last year. Absolutely awesome. A little bit of background on our business, because I want you to be a believer in this business, because you can be proud of this partnership, but I can't tell you that. You need to go find that out for yourself. Go do some research. Go to the DuePoint site, the Constantia site. We are a registered insurance company. There's the FSP number that we operate under. You can go to the Constantia head office just up the road. You can come to our head office. You can come speak to the executives, speak to the CEO. Go look at our 70-year track record and see, is there anything I should be worried about? Right? Because if you're skeptical, you need to get rid of the skepticism. Not because someone tells you, because you have your own brain and you can figure it out yourself, right? We are listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange. We are a listed company under Conduit Capital. We are publicly audited every single year. You can go look at the annual report. You can go see how much the directors are being paid. You can go look at everything. We run a very transparent business in the hope that we will get people partnering with us in the long term, because there's no fear in this business, right? So go do that for yourself. And the decision that I hope that you make ultimately is not whether you join or not. It's whether you are able to commit to this business regularly, not as a New Year's resolution. Who made New Year's resolutions already? Who's failed their New Year's resolution already? I don't make those anymore. And not as a hobby, but as a business that you want to get entrenched in regularly that can change your life, save your life. Right? Financial stress, hurts. Getting started, very easy, 4 steps. Register as a wealth engineer online or on the DuePoint app. The person that's introduced you can help you do that. It's a 5-6 minute process. Download the DuePoint app for yourself once you've joined, all right, because that becomes your primary business tool. Go watch all our training videos. Become an expert in this business. When you go out and try and connect people into your channel, they want to know that they're joining an expert. Not an amateur. Not an amateur. Not someone, let me get back to you. They don't join those people, right? There's no faith and trust in a person who doesn't know what they're doing, saying, come join my business. Go become an expert. It's not long. Take you a month to go through all the videos, right? Put Netflix down. Pick up your DuePoint app. And then if you want to start earning, right? You want to start earning, go connect at least 3 people. That's when we start paying you. The moment you've connected a 3rd person who's paid for their product successfully in the same month, you will earn 165 Rand, 55 times 3. That's where we start, 165 Rand, right? And so make that your first short-term goal here at DuePoint. How do I connect 3 people successfully into my channel so I can start earning, so I can get that magical SMS from the bank that says DuePoint has credited your bank account? That's when you become a believer in our business, right? People that don't earn in our business aren't really believers. The people earning money go, wow. We had a wonderful testimony from a guy from, is it King Williamstown, near Grahamstown? What's that little town? Yeah, and he was saying he never believed. His friend put so much pressure on him to join DuePoint, and he just caved in and he joined. And he thought, I joined the scam, but at least his friend's happy with him. And then he thought, like 6 months in or something, he decided, okay, let me put some effort in and see, because they keep telling me to connect people and my friends going on at me. And so he went and connected a whole bunch of people in a single month, and suddenly he got paid by DuePoint. He could not believe it. Said to his friend, they paid me. They paid me. It's not a scam. And he went on to create a huge channel that was earning him thousands of rands every single month. And then he went and bought a VW Polo. You see, make sure you get paid so that you become a believer. Those are the social media platforms that we're available on. Those platforms allow us to connect to all our wealth engineers on a daily basis. Doesn't matter where you are in the country, right? You can feel like you're in head office. Download the app onto your Android or Apple device, and then online on our website, we've got a big store button there which allows you to go and buy any merchandise you want. Again, people want to join professionals. To look like a professional, you need business cards, maybe a DuePoint pen, maybe a pin, so that you look legitimate. You look like you've invested in the business that you're trying to be a proponent of, right? So go do that for yourself. There's a reminder, launch workshops that we do every single Saturday. So Saturdays are great because we do a workshop directly after the intro presentation. This Saturday we're not doing it because we've got training. We've got a dev seminar straight after the intro presentation. So be reminded of that. Come join us for the development seminar. It's called Getting Started in 2020. Brendan's going to lay out a map, a footprint of what we need to look forward to and how we need to plan for the entire year, right? Plan that for yourself so that you know what you're doing for 2020. So come join us on Saturday morning for that. And with that, I thank you for your time. And as always, every audience that I get to address, I don't remember all of you, but I sincerely hope that you can find prosperity for yourself. Right? Whether it's with DuePoint or not, but I'm a firm believer that DuePoint is the only vehicle that is going to be prosperous for people without risk. Without risk. The ones that decide to take on risk, well, they take on risk. They're going to lose stuff if they're not successful. Here at DuePoint, we don't want anyone losing anything. We want you to be able to try, as I said, without fear. See what DuePoint can do for you. So I hope you find that prosperity this year. Good luck. Thank you.